That's step one. Step two is to plan, because it's called crossing the country by train, for example. This is just an example. I'm not asking you to do this action, but listen to a real example. I give the example of crossing the country by train because I planned it. So now I plan to invite someone to go with me, someone who is able to go with me, but if there is no one, then I will go alone. I also have a separate plan for this case. The second thing is where to stay. Because it's called the country, but there's not too much time to visit everywhere, so I have to calculate my day, my time, right? Oh, where I stay, for each place I visit, what I eat there, how I move, which hotel I rent. It's very easy to give an example like that. Wow, Google has everything, really. Bring how many sets of clothes, take pictures where it's beautiful. See, it's very exciting when the plan starts. Let's get it going. I look for a suitable day to go, and then I estimate the expenses. I think this is not necessary, but for sure, after a trip, I feel that life is not boring. Have many experiences, don't get bored. Or you can have other challenges like camping in the forest, and I think it's worth it. Sometimes, it's even simpler than traveling across the country by train, because there are many travel services available. For camping in the forest, just find a reputable place to go. Usually, before going, they will buy insurance for you, so you can have more peace of mind or do more adventurous activities like surfing or diving to see coral reefs for a quick 1 or 2 days. But let me tell you, the more bored you are, the more experiences you need to have. Collect experiences, of course, accumulate wealth, save money, or collect various items if you like, but love to experience as much as possible. It is very precious, it makes your life less boring, and even not boring anymore. Have you ever seen images of people who have status and substance, but their lives seem incredibly boring? And they feel that way too, not just me pretending for them. They also feel it, so why? Their experiences are limited to just going to work, so it's no surprise if they feel sad or depressed. They lack experiences. Of course, I'm not advising you to go out and participate in these experiences every day or every week just to spend money. But you need to add to your life, and if you pay attention to these experiences, you will feel that there are many of them. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, like the cafe in the middle of the empty field that was recommended to me. That's an experience I keep in my head. Maybe I'm busy and haven't gone yet, but I keep it in my mind and I'm sure I will go soon. That's also an experience. Go there, sit and chat for 45 minutes, finish the coffee and go home. Why not? Besides, maybe I'll think about it on my way home. How can the life of this guy who sells coffee in the middle of nowhere be interesting? So those interesting things will not make me feel bored, and the disease of my life will be cured. You are bored because you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You don't want to have new experiences, you close the door, you don't want your life to be exciting. If you work in real estate, you want to work in real estate all day, all month, all year. You keep doing that, keep doing that. If you work in an office, you keep doing that, keep doing that. If you stick to familiar things forever, your life will become very familiar. Positive can be called familiar, but negative can be called boring. At least we have to explain why that is. In today's video, there are 2 extremely dedicated methods. I want to share them with you because I find them very effective. I have seen students who openly say that money cannot compare to those who have been working for years and cannot compare to those who are successful in terms of money. But when I look at those students, I feel very happy. Oh my God, it can be straight up saying that they only have enough money to eat, but they have 2 experiences that I'm going to tell you about in this article. They have those 2 experiences and they're truly happy, not fake. They're not proving that they're happy to anyone else. I'm older, but I have to bow down to them. Of course, the term they hear is not meant to be disrespectful, it's just a colloquial way of addressing people. You have to bow down in admiration, and I believe that it's a real and effective way of living. And if I live that way, I will never be bored. By the way, I also want to remind those students or younger people who are experiencing this. I am very afraid, because there are some young people who live fully, but when they start working, they abandon all the wonderful things they once lived in the past, which were vibrant and exciting. But when they start working, they slowly lose them, and one day they realize that their life is really boring, which is a waste. Most of us still spend a lot of time working during the day, but we will never be too busy to the point of only having work and family all the time. As I mentioned earlier, there are very cheap and fast experiences, such as the image of a cafe in the sky, that we can all experience. If you want, I can give you some suggestions. If you want, you will have many conditions to experience. Therefore, live a life with attention and intention, and seek experiences so that you will not be bored anymore. Because boredom, if left unchecked, can lead to negative things that are not convenient to mention here. It can really ruin your life if you stay in a state of boredom. That's why I do this article. I know very well that part 1, part 2, it's long and longer than necessary. I know, but I put my whole heart into it. Suddenly, the most miserable people, I see those who are discouraged. I see those who are struggling. I feel so sorry for you all, and this is real compassion, not pitying anyone. And truly, I want to do something to change you a little bit, to try to make you change your life a little bit. You will see all the depression you are carrying now will be pushed away. Try living differently once. That's what I really want, and I hope wonderful things will happen to your life. Keep going.